Hey guys, this is Anger here, showing off my new map, Lunar Tides. Bear with me because it might be running a little slow due to my crappy graphics card. We'll start off with an overview and then I'll move on to a closer view and give an explanation of why I made the map as I did. Starting positions are bottom left and top right, and then move down to the natural here, which has a pretty large front ramp and a back door leading to a choke with destructible rocks. Down the front ramp we have our wide open area here leading to the wide open middle ground and another expansion, as well as a pretty tight path to the middle expansions here. We've also got the Gold Island Expo with 6 gold minerals and 1 gas. There's also these Zelnaga watchtowers there and there. Okay, let's go ahead and take a closer look. Assuming my buttons want to work. Oh, there they go. Okay, so natural base. Pretty standard size, maybe a bit smaller than what we're used to, but whatever. The ramp is typical for a main base. And we've got our natural here with a pretty large ramp, which is the same size as the one as, at least it's either the same size or pretty close to the one in Steps of War. And we've got a ramp down here to our back door, which is leading to destructible rocks that allows entry into this middle expansion here. Middle expansion, I think, is pretty interesting. When I was making it, I realized it was way too easy to defend because the only entrances I had at the time were this one here and this one here, so just 2 very tight choke points, not very good. And also these minerals were over here at the 10 to 11 o'clock position. So what I ended up doing to try to make this a bit, less easily defendable, I threw in this island back here. And it's connected, moderate choke point, whatever. So this island's back here, and it's blocked by line of sight grass. So that's pretty cool, and I think it could be used for, a bunch of drops, maybe some nidus worms, some warpins, etc. And moving on over here, the reason I moved the minerals closer to the cliff like this is because I'm pretty sure, I haven't done extensive testing, but I'm pretty sure any ranged unit, maybe with the exception of the roach, is going to be able to hit whatever workers are currently mining on these. And so if you're going to take this expo, you're definitely going to want to have control of the middle ground or be prepared to lose some workers. Speaking of the middle ground, we've got our Zelnaga watchtowers, which gives vision, pretty good vision. Most of this expo, maybe like here, and just a small portion of the natural expo. But the main things with the towers is that it provides vision on the ramp from about here all the way over here. And obviously it's mirrored, so the same one does the same. So if you have both Zelnaga watchtowers, you pretty much have complete vision of this middle ground. So that is definitely something a player is going to want to strive for in order to gain map control. Moving on down here, we've got some shallow water once again. It's doesn't really affect gameplay any. I just like how it looks, so I threw it in there. Why not? And the grassy area is so nice. But we've got this expansion. Wide open area. It's going to be pretty difficult to defend, I think. A lot similar to the naturals in Metalopolis. So moving on up here to our Gold Expo, you'll notice there's 1 gas. And the reason I did this was before I had 2 gases, and a couple players came to me and were like, hey, Terrans could probably just live there and take that as their natural, and I was like, yeah, that's probably a bad idea. And they suggested putting destructible rocks here. And I think the destructible rocks thing is just something that maybe I don't want to do, because destructible rocks really is not that big of a deal, couple SCVs, load them up, fly them over there. Sure, it'll take like 3 minutes to kill the rocks, but whatever. So I don't feel like that's enough really to deter them. So what I ended up doing was taking away gas and leaving this one. What I feel this does is I think it should be a choice what expansion you plan to take after your natural, and it shouldn't be so much of an obvious decision. So take this map for instance. Either we can go ahead and take a middle expansion, which is susceptible to backdoor attacks and high ground attacks, or we could take one of the corner expansions, which is very wide open and difficult to defend, or we could go ahead and take the relatively safe but one gas Island Expo. Now granted, these are high minerals, but any StarCraft 2 player who's decent knows that gas is definitely worth more than the minerals. So yeah, I feel like this map could be pretty fun to play on. Could open people up to a variety of different strategies, but with the beta down at the moment, only time will tell. And that's all I've got for now. Any comments and critiques would be greatly appreciated in my Team Liquid thread. Thanks.